Ginsberg deu para a televisão. A saúde já estava frágil. O coração estava minado por reações a antibióticos. Ele tinha diabetes. Ele ainda fumava maconha, mas só uma vez por semana, ele dizia, porque a maconha lhe dava tremores, já que baixava o nível de açúcar no sangue. Ginsberg tinha se mudado há poucos meses para o loft, onde nós o entrevistamos. O lugar era um grande corredor entupido de livros. No final do corredor havia um cantinho. Nesse cantinho havia uma cama de solteiro e uma mesa pequena. Ali ele dormia, ali ele trabalhava. O único luxo era um videocassete. Mas ele nem sabia operar. Quem ensinou, naquela tarde de sábado, foi o cinegrafista Paulo Zero. Com vocês, a última entrevista do revolucionário e poeta Allen Ginsberg.
Under the burden of solitude, under the burden of dissatisfaction, the weight we carry is love. But we carry the weight wearily, and so must rest in the arms of love at last. Must rest in the arms of love. No rest without love, no sleep without dreams of love. The warm bodies shine together in the darkness. The hand moves to the center of the flesh. The skin trembles in happiness, and the soul comes joyful to the eye. Yes, that's what I wanted. I always wanted to return to the body where I was born.
Mr. Ginsberg, your life and your work has been a constant struggle for sexual, social, and political liberty. What triggered that? What made you go into that? What took your life in that direction?
Well, it wasn't a struggle, it was play. It was fun. Let's see, social liberty. I came from a immigrant family. My father was a poet. My mother was a communist. My father was a socialist. So there was always a little conflict there between the traditional party line and a more open democratic idea. So I never had to make up my mind. I could leave an open mind and not get stuck in either a bourgeois party line or a communist party line. Then I was gay when I was young. I realized it, and I was in the closet until I was maybe 17. But then I was in very good company with Jack Kerouac and William Burroughs, and they were very tolerant and very friendly, and so it was no problem to come out of the closet, open up, and tell my desires. Mm-hmm. And actually, I had a crush on Kerouac, and he was tolerant of that. So that it was more pleasure to be candid rather than the painful business of secrecy. Then when I began writing about natural things, my own life, my own experiences, I found that conflicted with the social conventions of censorship in books. And you couldn't buy the books of Jean Genet or Henry Miller or later William Burroughs or D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover or the charming erotic book Fanny Hill were all forbidden till a series of legal trials, which began with my own poem Howl in 1957 and continued through the trial of Burroughs' Naked Lunch in 1962. And then that broke the back of literary censorship. And from then on, the floodgates were open for anybody to say what they really thought. Now that same battle has moved into another area, that of electronic communication. And some of the theo-political, right-wing, born-again, monotheists, homophobes, like Senator Jesse, who is a notorious chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, have introduced laws banning all so-called indecent language on radio and television in America, so that my poems are banned to protect the ears of minors. And minors are defined as people under 18. The word is indecency, but that's not defined. And so that students who are reading poems like Howl or Kaddish, or another anthology poem, America, or Sunflower Sutra, are not allowed legally to hear those poems recited on radio or television. For me, it's more amusement, because I know the poems are going to outlast me or outlast Jesse Helms, outlast the censorship, outlast television, and maybe outlast the computers, because sooner or later the plugs will be pulled. But still people will remember lines of poetry from Dylan or myself or others.
And stand before you speechless and intelligent and shaking with shame, rejected, yet confessing out the soul to conform to the rhythm of thought in his naked and endless head. The madman, bum, and angel beat in time, unknown, yet putting down here what might be left to say in time, come after death. And rose reincarnate in the ghostly clothes of jazz in the gold horn shadow of the band, and blew the suffering of America's naked mind for love into an Eli, Eli, lama, lama, sabachthani saxophone cry that shivered the cities down to the last radio.
You had problems with censorship, and of course, your struggle also for the legalization.
So you keep talking about struggles.
Yeah, well, because
Play.
your play for the legalization of marijuana has not helped you much, and you have this huge file on FBI. So,
On the other hand, I think most people realize that marijuana is not a great public danger, nowhere near as great a danger as alcohol. I think the statistics are that from illegal drugs, not even marijuana, that doesn't hurt anybody, but say from bad cocaine or bad heroin, or strychnine, strychnine in the LSD or something, 30 to 40,000 people die in the United States every year. And 100
caused by alcohol
by bad
consumption.
drugs. No,
bad drugs.
Bad drugs, as I was just saying, strychnine and the amphetamine. From alcohol, 100,000 people die, 3 times as many. From cigarettes, cigarettes are a contributory cause to the death of 430,000 people a year in America. So the big problem is not marijuana, it's alcohol and cigarettes. Minor health problem with heroin and the others.
Do you still smoke dope, I mean?
On and off, yes. I haven't had much psychedelics for a long time because my liver is not good. I smoke marijuana maybe once a month, but I have diabetes, and I believe that marijuana lowers the blood sugar level. That's why you get hungry when you smoke grifa marijuana. So I tend not to smoke too much. I'm more interested in the law, the whole hype or scam or hypocrisy of the war on drugs, which, as everybody knows, has been using the sales of heroin and cocaine to fund off-the-shelf operations that are for Congress. That was true in the Vietnam War with heroin and the Golden Triangle. It is true with the Medellin cartel getting money over to the Contras by selling cocaine in America.
In the 1990, you were already writing about it.
National Security Agency, Drug Calypso.